You ever have that one friend? Let's call them Alex. When you first met Alex, it was like finding your long-lost twin. You finished each other's sentences, laughed at the same dumb jokes, swore you'd be each other's best man or bridesmaids at their weddings, even if one of you was marrying a houseplant. It was perfect. Then, slowly, things started to feel off. Like a movie where the background music subtly changes from rom-com to thriller, but you can't quite pinpoint when. You'd leave Hangouts feeling weird. Not bad, not good, just like you'd accidentally left your soul in the Uber. And you'd think, is it me? Am I the drama? If any of this sounds familiar, if you've got an Alex in your life who makes you feel like you need a decoder ring just to understand your own emotions after seeing them, then stick around. Because we're about to unpack why your bestie might actually be a masterclass in psychological warfare disguised in a really great sweater. So, back to Alex. Remember those perfect early days? Then they started to get complicated. Suddenly, every conversation felt like I was auditioning for the role of supportive friend, while Alex was already accepting the Oscar for Most Tragic Story of the Week. My wins? They were met with a polite nod before the conversation inevitably U-turned back to Alex's latest crisis. My bad day? Pfft. Alex was having a cataclysmic day, and how dare I even mention my little paper cut of a problem when they were clearly exsanguinating from a self-inflicted emotional wound. And the negativity? Oh boy, Alex could find the traffic jam in an empty parking lot. Got a promotion? Wow, get ready for more stress and no life. Excited for a vacation? Hope it doesn't rain the whole time, or you get food poisoning, or your plane has issues. It was like Alex had a quota for joy-sucking, and my happiness was always first on the menu. I started to feel like I was walking on eggshells made of glass, constantly trying to manage their mood, their reactions. Friendship shouldn't feel like a full-time job where your only payment is anxiety and a vague sense of inadequacy. I kept telling myself, this is just how Alex is, they don't mean it. But after one particularly draining emergency coffee, which turned out to be Alex needing a 2-hour vent session about how the barista looked at them funny while I had a looming deadline, I went home, sat on my couch, and just stared. It hit me. This wasn't a partnership. This was something else. This feeling, this constant depletion, this one-sided emotional heavy lifting, this relentless negativity, it had a name. And that, my friends, is the calling card of the toxic friend. Not just someone who's annoying, not someone you have the occasional disagreement with. A toxic friend is someone whose presence, consistently, makes your life feel heavier, harder, and a hell of a lot less fun. They're the human equivalent of an anchor, but instead of keeping you safe, they're just dragging you down into their personal Mariana Trench of misery. They don't accidentally hurt your feelings. It's more like a recurring cameo in the sitcom of their life, where you're the perpetually exasperated sidekick. So, you've had the epiphany. Your Alex is ringing all the toxic alarm bells. Now what? Do you just ghost them and hope they get the hint via telepathy? Tempting, but we can do better, or at least more strategically. First, boundaries. Yeah, that scary word. It's like telling Alex, hey, my emotional energy isn't an all-you-can-eat buffet anymore. There are new portion controls. It feels like trying to tell a cat it can't sit on your keyboard. Awkward, probably met with some hissing, but necessary if you ever want to get anything done. Try, I can listen for a bit, but I've only got X amount of time. Or, I'm not up for discussing drama topic right now. How about something else? Then, if you're feeling brave, or just really tired of the BS, you can communicate. Actually tell them. When specific toxic behavior happens, it makes me feel drained, unsupported, like I want to move to a remote island. Their reaction will tell you everything. If they get defensive, gaslight you, or somehow make your feelings about their pain, red flag still waving. If they actually listen, maybe, just maybe, there's a sliver of hope, but don't hold your breath till you turn blue. And if that doesn't work, or if the thought of another conversation makes you want to fake your own amnesia, it's time to distance yourself. You're allowed to become mysteriously unavailable. Your calendar just got really packed with, important things, like rewatching that show they hate for the 5th time. Outgrowing people is a part of life. No guilt trip required. Your peace is non-negotiable. Letting go of an Alex sucks. There's grief. There's probably some lingering resentment that they got to monopolize your good snacks for so long. But on the other side, it's like taking off a backpack full of rocks you didn't even realize you were carrying. You start to remember what your voice sounds like when it's not being drowned out. You prioritize your well-being because healthy friendships don't make you question if you're a bad person for having a good day. And here's the thing they don't tell you in the How to Survive Your 20s and Beyond handbook. Once you've cleared out the emotional clutter, you make space for the good stuff. The friends who celebrate your wins like they're their own. The ones who listen as much as they talk. The ones who bring snacks and good vibes. So, what are we actually looking for? The anti-Alex? Respect. They treat your time and feelings like they matter. Because they do. Honesty. Real talk, no manipulation. Empathy. They can put themselves in your probably less dramatic shoes. Support. They're your cheerleader, not your saboteur. Reciprocity. It's a two-way street, not a cul-de-sac of your effort. Life's too short and your energy too precious to spend it on friendships that feel like a hostage negotiation. You deserve connections that lift you up, not ones that require a hazmat suit. So, does any of this hit a little too close to home? Got your own Alex story? Drop a comment if you've navigated these murky waters. And if you're ready to sort the BS in your social life and only keep the friends that spark actual, non-toxic joy, hit subscribe. We're all about that brutally honest, maybe sometimes helpful life advice here.